Hello Gemini, so I'm doing your weekly tarot for October 17th to the 24th, and I'm going to take a look into what is going on with your situation, why it's happening, what's going on in your blind spot, what it is that's working for you at this time, and of course how it is all likely going to be playing out as well. So if you just give me a minute to sort out your deck and we'll get right to it. Okay, your first message out for your situation, Gemini, it's coming out as your sacral chakra. Now, here's the thing. Not everybody does subscribe to the beliefs of the chakra systems, and that's absolutely fine, okay? This is literally all to do with your ability to be intimate with others, okay? And that requires intimacy with thyself, so knowing thyself. It literally says emotions, desires, creativity and sexuality with the affirmation I want, and it's self-nurture. Okay, so your situation, Gemini, it is time for you to self-nurture, self-soothe, okay, anything like that. So when I put it in terms like that, it takes away the whole chakra system, if you will, for those who don't subscribe to that or don't believe in that. It's all about just that part of yourself that needs nurturing, that needs attention from you. And for whatever reason, Gemini, you've not been doing that. So this week, you need to give that some attention, okay? And when you do start with that self-nurture, you then find that you're able to give to others, and then you're able to allow others to get that little bit closer to you, okay? So that's the situation. I'm going to take a look at the strongest overall energies in just a minute so I can combine the two together. But I need to pull out these cards first because that's also part of your reading. Okay, yeah, foundation and achievements. So this one is the Four of Wands equivalent in traditional tarot. Strong foundations, okay? Your home, the place that you live, the place that you call home. Your family, right? Not necessarily family of origin, but the family that you create as well, and who you consider as being your family. It's the building blocks for your future and who you keep around you. Okay, that's all relevant for how safe and secure a person feels. So it's not just the place that you live, the place that you call home, but who you surround yourself with also. I'm going to take a deeper dive into that sacral chakra message so that I can get a really in-depth look, little hiccup there, as to what exactly this situation entails for you with this self-nurture. So can you tell us more about Gemini's situation with this self-nurture, please? You taking care of your own needs, Gemini, this week needs to be a priority, okay? Definitely needs to be up there on your list. The Six of Cups, so the card of the past, the card of nostalgia, it can be soulmate energy. It's sentimentality, right? So Gemini, the strange thing with this message is you might find this week that regressed memories start floating to the top, right? You start to have this memory recall of stuff that happened many, many, many years ago without any external trigger for that particular memory, okay? It's something to do with your soul, if you will, or even your brain, okay? Trying to make sense of everything. And that's when you find that these repressed memories start floating up to the top without any external triggers to that happening, right? It's emotional processing of the past. That's this Six of Cups energy. Now, the focus here is on pleasure, right? So thinking back to what you were really, really interested in doing as a young child, right? What did you really want to try out when you were little that you never got to do for whatever reason? Okay, maybe the resources weren't available for you to do that. Okay, it could have been like a club that you wanted to join, or like, I don't know, a toy that pulls up specific happy memories for you. Okay, there is the message here of indulging yourself this week into something that pulls up these memories of the past, where you can, I want to say, is convert the right word? Probably not. I'm going to go with it anyway because I can't think of a better word. Where you can convert what would have been a bitter memory for you into one that's more happy. Okay. By creating these new happy memories for yourself. We've also got the message here of comfort and comfort zone. So I need to find out more about that. The Eight of Wands, taking action. But that's specific because it's immediate action. Okay. Gemini, I hate to say it, but I kind of feel that someone from your past is going to reach out to you this week. I feel like it's going to be, closer to the 24th of October. Like, because I'm doing these reads on a 7-day basis now. So I'm classing the 17th as like the first day of your week for this reading. So I feel at the end of that week, which would be closer to the 24th of October, someone from your past is going to reach out and contact you. And it might make you feel a little bit uncomfortable because there is like a bad memory or something attached to them. Because we've got this message of nurture, self-soothing and self-nurture that's coming through. But the strange thing is, this person contacting you is not the catalyst to you taking care of your own needs, because you start doing that right before. Right? You start doing that right before this person reaches out and contacts you. You're being told here to take immediate action on what brings you comfort and joy in your life. Okay. So I'm just going to quickly grab another deck and find out more about that past energy, that past person. What's this message about a past person contacting Gemini this week, please? Apparently they're curious to find out what you're doing and how you're getting on. Yeah, scattered energy. It's just the way that the cards were coming out of the deck then, because this one came out a little bit arse over feet as well. The King of Cups reversed with the Six of Pentacles, and they were both quite scattered. So there's a hidden undertone behind why this person's reaching out to you. It's, okay, energetically, it's someone who likes to think that they are this patriarchal figure, okay? If that's a woman, then it's someone who is usually quite cold and distant. And if it's a man, it's someone who believes that they're this big, hard, patriarchal individual who's in charge, and you know what I mean, right? Gemini, they're after information, and they're after information specifically to do with you, and it is someone from your past, okay? So that is going to make you feel some kind of way. definitely. And it just seems like a really fucking bizarre coincidence, because you start taking care of your own needs right before this person contacts you. Do you know what I mean? It's like the timing of it is weird. It's just really weird. And they're acting like they care and that they give a shit. But the truth is that they're just after information, because apparently whatever's going on with you is going to help this person to look even more like the big I am for whatever reason. I don't know why. I'm not even going to try and psychoanalyze someone like that, because I don't get it. I just don't understand people like that. They use information about what's going on in other people's lives as some kind of bartering tool or power play or something like that. Like it's a foreign concept to me. That's why I will never understand why people do that. Okay, but that's what you're contending with this week, and it's closer, like I said, it's closer towards like the 24th of October, that sort of time. Might even spill over a little bit into the 25th, or the 26th, because you've got 6 here as well. The main point that you're being told here, Gemini, is like you have to take care of your own needs here first and foremost, okay? Because something's going on where you've not been looking after yourself the best. You've not been, taking the best care of yourself. If you were completely honest with yourself, you haven't. And you're needing to make that a priority and take immediate action on what it is that brings you joy, what brings you pleasure. And listen, if you want to stay within your comfort zone this week, by all means do it. Okay, do it. Right. Okay, let's take a look at this foundation and achievements, because we did mention that's like your immediate living situation. Let's just imagine if you're a Gemini watching this, and at the moment you don't really have a stable place to call home, then you're going to be hearing news about that this week, that you will have a stable place to call home. Okay. For everyone else who are already lucky and fortunate enough to already have a stable place to call home, then this is going to be you beautifying and changing up your living standards, or do you know what I mean? Just sort of going, I quite fancy changing this up and that up, and I fancy putting a different colour on the walls or whatever. But it feels like it starts off small, but then it develops into something much bigger, and then before you know it, it's kind of grown arms and legs and everything, and you want extensions put in here, there, and everywhere, right? It's kind of got that energy to it. It's definitely got that vibe to it, where it starts to grow arms and legs, and you feeling really proud, and this sense of achievement that only you can give yourself, right? And it's connected to your home, right? Four of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, so others helping you out here, okay? We've got a group of people here who are all sort of clubbing together and helping you out to put this groundwork in place. Not all of them you're necessarily going to agree with, because you've got the Four of Swords here as well, okay? So Gemini, if anybody does anything this week that makes you feel uncomfortable, or makes you feel like they're encroaching a little bit too much into your life this week, then definitely speak up, okay? Don't do your usual thing, which is to sit on your hands and not say anything out of fear of looking like you're being rude or anything like that, okay? You're being encouraged to speak up this week. Okay, and again, making time for rest, rejuvenation, relaxation, okay? All right, Why is all this happening? We've got another chakra card. So again, I can only apologize to those who don't believe in the chakra system, but it seems to be that it believes in you, right? Again, inner work, balancing yourself from the inside out, okay? So your third eye chakra, this one says clairvoyance, intuition, higher levels of consciousness. Your affirmation is I see. And gosh, I can't read my own writing. All chakras need to be in balance. Yeah. So you're needing to be in balance, okay, Gemini, which indicates to me, because why this is all happening, you've been out of whack, you've been out of balance, you've not been feeling like yourself, okay. There's going to be a whole multitude of different reasons as to why that would be, right? Each individual Gemini is going to have each individual reasons behind why they felt so strange, weird, out of whack, okay, disrupted, whatever, right? This week is going to be, the focus is going to be on you, okay, Gemini? It's going to be all about you this week, what you need, what you want, and again, like, not feeling bad for that, okay? Because at some point in our lives, everybody, regardless of what their zodiac sign is, they are going to go through some really horrendous or disruptive times in their lives where they are literally just going to have to, even quietly, tell other people to fuck off. Okay, like there's going to be times in life where that's going to be a legitimate thing, right? Okay, so let's take a closer look into this. Can you tell us more about this third eye chakra for Gemini? Yeah, the Ace of Swords, a breakthrough. Truth, clarity, revelations, communication, ideas, conversations. Okay, a breakthrough. So come, like I said, come closer to the 24th and the 25th of October, you will genuinely start to feel a lot more like yourself. Okay. What's this? Thank you. Temperance. Balance, patience, moderation. The card of alchemy. The card of alchemy. Now, I do feel that you're being guided. I have an issue with this because they want me to say guided towards your purpose. Okay, your purpose in life. And that's what everybody is actively seeking for. And I always say, well, maybe that's where some people go wrong, because not everybody's supposed to be seeking for their purpose. Some people are supposed to be creating their own purpose in life. So that's why I had an issue there with you being guided towards your purpose. But there it is, like that is your message, Gemini. You are being guided towards your purpose. So you've to be patient throughout this process. Okay. Something's going on here behind the scenes energetically that you're not aware of, basically. So I'm going to ask if we can see a bit deeper into that. I don't know if I'll be allowed to see it, okay? But I can certainly ask the question. So can we see a little deeper into Gemini's purpose and how they're being guided towards their purpose? And then you've got this breakthrough. Okay, the Knight of Wands, that one's come out squiffy, and the Ten of Swords. So apparently all I'm allowed to see here, Gemini, is you're being redirected in life. Okay, you are being redirected in life, because there's a message here about either the wrong direction or directionless. Okay, so again, take it as it resonates. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Self-approval, self-validation. material success, material wealth. Okay, for those who are wanting that in life, because not everybody wants that in life, but for those who are wanting that, then you're certainly going to be finding yourself on the path towards that material wealth. Self-sufficiency also. Someone's actively seeking out that self-sufficient life, and you know, you're proper on the path to that. Because of this misdirection or misfire with this Knight of Wands coming out squiffy, it's caused an ending. Okay, and I'm reading that as self-betrayal. More recently, there's been an issue to do with you betraying yourself, and it might well have closed off your own intuition here. You might have given yourself too much to a specific person or specific situation where they drained everything from you, almost like draining your life force from you in a lot of ways. I know it sounds a bit woo for some, but everything's energy, okay? You've heard of energy vampires, right? When people take too much from us, we become depleted. And then that's where sickness and ill health can start creeping in, yeah? Of course, it's not the cause of all sicknesses and ill health. Absolutely not, right? But they certainly can contribute to that. So you've had a knock. You've had quite a bad knock. And this week, Gemini, guess fucking what? You're bouncing back. You're no longer feeling like you're floating around without sense of purpose, without sense of self. You're no longer feeling like you're directionless. Okay, you're bouncing back. And that's why the events that are about to play out this week, that's why they're about to play out this week. And apparently, that's why you're going to be hearing from a specific individual this week. Do you remember that wannabe patriarchal type energy that was coming through there from the past? Somehow it's connected, right? I'm not seeing exactly how it's specifically connected, but it definitely is. It definitely is. So you've got divine guidance here and divine protection, right? That is redirecting you. I find that absolutely fascinating. So let's take a look at what's going on in your blind spot. And here's the thing, Gemini, it stems from you taking care of this self-nurture. Okay. Interesting. Your blind spot, number 12, which is a hangman, sacrifice. You didn't even realize how much you were sacrificing. You didn't even realize how much of yourself you were freely giving away to others. You didn't realize how much others were sapping you of your energy. You had no clue, no idea, none at all. And that's the power of the inner work that you're doing on yourself this week, because it's given you that ability to see exactly everything that's been going on. Like, see with this one, that looks dirty, right? I think it's supposed to be mud, right? It's, I mean, she's stuck, but she's not struggling, right? She's not struggling. So that's a metaphor for your situation. If you try to struggle through the mud, the chances are quite high that it's going to keep you stuck even firmer. Okay? So they're saying here, Gemini, slow, gentle movements is what's going to help you to become unstuck. Can you tell us more about this sacrifice message? The hangman in Gemini's blind spot. So the hangman is pause, breather, observe your surroundings before you make a decision. Okay. I don't know what's going on with these cards today. It's a bit bizarre. The Ten of Cups, Judgment, and the Knight of Swords. So that's one of your apex cards, right? It's everything that everyone's working towards in their lives. It's home, safety, security, a sense of belonging, a sense of achievement, a safe family. Okay, it's love, compassion, it's divine union, right? It doesn't come with force, right? It doesn't come with force. So I kind of feel in a lot of ways, Gemini, that you might have been trying to force yourself to be happy. I know it sounds like a bizarre thing to say, but honestly, that is what's coming out of your reading. You can't force yourself to be happy. It's just like you can't force yourself to fall in love with anyone or be in love with anyone or force yourself out of love with anyone, right? It just doesn't work that way. It genuinely doesn't work that way. So you can't force yourself to be happy. And I feel in a few different areas in your life, Gemini, you were forcing yourself to be happy under the guise of, well, I'm grateful that it's not worse than what it actually is, right? So something's gotten a little bit twisted, a little bit back to front here with the whole gratitude attitude thing. Because it's almost as if you assumed, well, you know, my situation's not as bad as other people's, therefore I should be grateful, right? And again, I understand that, right? I completely understand that, but that was negating what you were going through, right? It ain't a competition. It ain't a competition. And you must never negate, right? It's not about wallowing, okay? Obviously, never wallow. It's not about wallowing in self-pity. You have been negating to a certain extent, underplaying to a certain extent, the shit that you've been going through. You've been underplaying it. And through that, you've not nearly been giving yourself enough credit for what you've managed to come through. Okay. It's in your blind spot. And again, there's this card of a conversation and it's in your blind spot. And it feels different yet connected to what's going on with you, to this person here. So let's ask, was this conversation, this wanting to come through in Gemini's blind spot? What's going on with this? Yeah, there's a Six of Cups again. There's that past energy, yeah. And you'll see the orientation that card has come out in is basically reversed, okay? And the King of Wands reversed. Somebody's going to try and rewrite history this week, Gemini. Is this one from the past? And it's going to be a challenge. And you're not expecting it because it's in your blind spot. It was this one here. Because I was looking at that and I was thinking, fucking hell, somebody's been a bit aggressive here. Like, what's that all about? And that's what it is. It's that past energy that is rewriting history. Rewriting, basically, trying to gaslight you in some capacity. Okay. So what is working for you? Strangely enough, the Tower with disruption is what's working for you. So with that one, it's you going through everything bit by bit and brick by brick and taking out anything and everything that you no longer want, that you no longer identify with, that no longer works for you. Okay. Which is a metaphor for your life in general, like all of the different components of your life. You're going through it all bit by bit and removing stuff, definitely, that you no longer identify with. Queen of Swords, because you're not putting up with any more bullshit. And it really is as simple as that. That's what's working for you this week. You're 0 tolerance for bullshit is going to be sky high this week. Because you've been through enough. You've been through enough. And you're not doing it anymore. How this is likely going to play out, trapped in fear. That's somebody losing control, and it's not you. It's not you. You're not the one that's losing control here. You're the one that's sick and tired of being stuck in this trapped in fear energy. You're the one that's breaking free from this, whatever this cage is, whatever this prison is. Can you tell us more about trapped? Oh, okay. Yeah, the Hangman. So strong Pisces energy. Very strong Pisces energy. I don't know if you're dealing with a Pisces or if you've got strong Piscean placements in your own chart, like Pisces moon, rising, something like that. It's possible. But again, it's a card of sacrifices. Okay, can you tell us more? Can you make sense of this trapped in fear and the Hangman for how this is likely going to play out, please? I feel that someone is having their eyes being opened. Even though they don't want to admit it, okay? It's like you're making them see something that they've been ignoring, is kind of how this feels. Yeah, the Star reversed. This failure, it's a disappointment. Now, it's possible, Gemini, that this individual might make out to you that you have somehow failed them, that you have somehow disappointed them, and perhaps that was what you were afraid of doing, which was why you weren't looking after yourself properly, taking care of your own needs. Now, I'm trying to remember who else had a reading like that where somebody's going to lash out on them, but they have to do it regardless. I think it was Capricorn. I'll just quickly check my notes. Yeah, I think it was Capricorn, actually. They had someone lashing out at them as well, because Capricorn was doing their own thing. And I'm seeing a really similar message for you guys. Can you tell us more about this, please? Is this trapped in fear, Hangman, and the Star reversed? Death. That one's coming out squiffy. Scorpio energy. That's a resistance to change. Somebody is resisting change. And I'm not convinced that that's you. I mean, it could be. For a small handful of you guys, yes, it might well be. And if you are resisting the change, then that's not going to work out well for you. So you're better off leaning into the change, okay? And changing the bits that you do have control over while these changes are going on, so that you're more in control of your own life, okay? Rather than resisting it and ignoring it, running away from it, okay? For the vast majority of you guys, though, I'm feeling strongly that this is somebody who is about to lose the control that they have had over you up until this point. Like, they no longer affect you. Especially with that message of them trying to rewrite history and this, that, and the next, and trying to get information on you. And do you know what I mean? It feels like there's a bit of a power play here that's going on between yourself and another individual. And that power play exists because they're wanting to retain or regain control over you. And they're going to fail in doing that because you're making yourself a priority. You see how that works? They are the ones that are afraid. And there's the Tower again, at the bottom of the deck. I don't think that the Tower is happening to you, Gemini. I suspect that you are the fucking Tower this week. I think I'm right. Let's get you a healing message. Can I have a healing message for Gemini, please? Oh, this deck definitely wants to speak. It feels light as anything. It's like all the cards want to just fly out. Okay, number 14. Sol Invictus, Life. Let's take a look. 14. And 14 does reduce into a 5. And 5s, as you know, are all about changes. Okay. Right. Memento Mori. Remember you will die one day. Cheery. So stay focused on the miracle of life. Yeah, so stay focused on the bit in between. The bit that you're in right now. That's the bit that you need to stay focused on. Right? Stay focused on the miracle of life and do not waste time. We are free and unconquered in our minds. Take the high road and watch your ethics. Do not allow the wishes of others to always take up your time. Do not be disrespected. And then your affirmation, I live each day with vitality and richness. And then your companion stone is bloodstone. Okay. So they're saying here, the Roman day of rest and a day of worship for Sol Invictus. Oh, so that's what it means. It's a day of rest. Which fits in beautifully with the message that we've already received for you. Life is far too short and far too precious to be wasting on the bullshit of other people. That's the crux of your entire read. Right, so let's see if we can uplift this energy a bit by taking some wonderful words of wisdom from the Swear Tarot. It is exactly what it says on the tin. There is a lot of swearing in this deck, which is why I like using it. Right, so for a bit of fun. Ooh, you will fucking conquer this. I told you, didn't I? Bouncing back? Yes, please. You will fucking conquer this. See the bigger fucking picture before taking action. Okay? So there's a little bit of a trick at hand here from that self-designed patriarch type individual. Okay? The questions that they're asking you, there's a much bigger point behind the questions that they're asking you specifically, right? So, you know, keep your information quiet and fuck yeah, do it. Brilliant. But yeah, that is what I have for you guys today. I genuinely hope that reading has been helpful. For personal readings with me, my website is phoenixkeiatarot.com. The link for that is in my description box below. Thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.